pushing around the first-place Braves, finishing off a series win. Tonight, the red-hot Phillies come to town, showcasing their hired gun, just one day after completing the Roy Oswalt deal. For the Nats, Craig Stammen goes in Game 1 on MASN HD.
Great day for baseball.
Beautiful night at Nationals Park. We know there's an invasion from Philadelphia coming. That's okay. Ryan Howard is here. Ryan Zimmerman is our guy. And, of course, two of the best young players in all of baseball. The transaction wire is burning up around baseball today, and the Nats are right in the middle of it. Phillies, by the way, have won 8 in a row, hottest team in baseball. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. Matt Capps to Minnesota. Christian Guzman to Texas. What a day.
It was a great day for the Nationals. I mean, it's a sad day to see those guys leave, but it just shows some of the future guys that will be helping this organization move forward in a different direction. And obviously, this is what we're going to get for Matt Capps. You see Wilson Ramos, who's supposed to be one of the best catching prospects in the minor leagues. Joe Testa, the left-handed pitcher. That's what the Twins get, our Matt Capps all-star. And then the Rangers get Guzman, and we get a couple of AA pitchers in return. So bottom line is we weren't winning with those guys, and hopefully this next crop of guys are going to help this team turn the corner.
Tatisco, by the way, 25. Rourke is 23. Drew Storen may become the closer at some time in the future, but right now, Jim Riggleman says he'll go with who's pitching well to close out ball games.
Well, and bullpen by committee. And you heard Drew Storen say that, somebody's going to have to earn the job, take the job. Matt Capps did a wonderful job, a consistent job, but this team needs to worry about the future, and Drew Storen is this future.
Roy Oswalt is the immediate future for the Phillies. 6-12 for Houston, 3.24 ERA. Now, the Nats beat him earlier this year on Memorial Day, but 143 Major League wins, a huge addition to the Phillies rotation.
Yeah, he is, and this is a team that's fighting to go to the postseason. They're going to have a hard fight with the Braves the rest of the way, and he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Astros weren't going anywhere, so good for Roy Oswalt to get a chance to pitch in the postseason again.
And there's a double D combination of Desmond and Dunn, who got it done yesterday with a long ball. Ian, 7th of the year, 43 RBIs. Adam Dunn's 24th of the year. For some late inning insurance, he's driven in 64. The Nats, 88 long balls on the season. And brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. and by Suzuki in the new Kazashi midsize sports sedan. Suzuki, the power of engineering. Nationals Park, it'll be a big crowd tonight. Should be big crowds all weekend. The Phillies have awakened their fans by winning 8 games in a row and creeping to within 2.5 of Atlanta in the National League East. Placido Polanco, look at that, for several different ball clubs, a 24-game career hitting streak against the Nationals. He's the second baseman tonight. And, of course, they've got some injuries. Chase Utley is out. He'll get the splint off of his hand next week. Shane Victorino with an oblique is on the DL. The Phillies have been beat up all year long, and Craig Stammen has a tough assignment tonight nonetheless.
PNC Bank scanner report. No free passes. Try to keep as many Phillies off the base pass as possible before you get to the middle. Get ahead, put them away, get that big curveball involved, and help your cause. He's hitting .258 with 6 RBI.
Jimmy Rollins hitting only .244, and he's had injury issues. First pitch of the ball game misses inside at 7:06 Eastern Time. Rollins with an on-base percentage of just .335. And he'll pop one up to the right side to start the game. Underneath it, Adam Kennedy. 83 degrees here at the ballpark. Mostly clear skies. Humidity, look at that, down to 34%. That's our Train game time weather. Visit train.com to find a dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Craig Stammen, 2 career starts against the Phillies, both of them this year. He's been roughed up by this ball club twice. Going 5 innings in one, and at Philadelphia, 1 1/3 in the other. Polanco is number 2 in the league right now at .318. 2 points ahead of Martin Prado and 4 behind Joey Votto. And he'll hit one to right field where Roger Bernardina is stationed. Nationals defensively. And here's a news flash that Rob and I were talking about before we got on the air. The Nats no longer worst in the league defensively. Florida Marlins have made 82 errors on the year. Nats have been better defensively lately. And it'll be Desmond and Kennedy up the middle quite a bit against right-handed pitching. And against left-handers, we'll see Alberto Gonzalez more than normal, with Christian Guzman now departed for Texas. Here's Raul Ibanez, who basically made his National League living against Nationals pitching last year. But 2 of the guys who give the Nationals the hardest time not in the lineup, Chase Utley and Shane Victorino. 26-year veteran Dana Demuth, the crew chief, has the plate. Kerwin Danley, C.B. Buckner, Doug Eddings on the bases. All of them have at least 12 years of big league experience. 0-2 pitch. And a base hit up the middle as Ibanez reaches out and strokes one on a hop to Nyjer Morgan. That'll get Ryan Howard to the plate in the first inning. Adam Dunn, a couple of runs yesterday, and the Nats win 8 of 9 times when he does that. Phillies have not been good to start series on the road lately, have they? And since the break, the first run of the game is key. Nationals perfect when they do it. They've lost 8 of 9 when the other team does it. And you think about that with a guy like this stepping into the batter's box in the first inning. Ryan Howard leading the National League with 81 RBIs. .23 home runs, 1 fewer than Adam Dunn. But he's number 1 in total bases. This is interesting. Number 3 in hits for a big guy who strikes out a lot. 105 times.
Remember, we talked about this earlier in the year. He worked with Barry Bonds this offseason to become more of a contact hitter.
Nationals play the shift. Target away. Stammen with what looked like a perfect fastball, called ball 1.
There's a pitch track right here on the 0-1 pitch. It looks like it just comes over the corner of the plate. Dan Demuth said no.
Man, you got to get that call. If you have to throw inner half to this guy, look out. He'll try to pull that ball. That's the shortstop, Desmond, way over there on the shift. And a good first inning for Craig Stammen. We'll see Roy Oswalt, now a Philly. League 14th in runs and 10th in home runs. To put a Curly W in the book, this offense will have two. Produced tonight, Kennedy behind Morgan, Zimmerman, Dunn, Willingham, Bernardino the middle. Pudge Rodriguez struggling. Desmond suddenly coming alive. And a good hitting pitcher in Craig Stammen. Roy Oswalt's had an odd career against the Nats. 11 starts, 6 no decisions. And a 3-2 record with a good 3.5 ERA. That's what he did with Houston this year. Nationals beat him on the front end of a 14-4 win May 31st. Morgan to the gap, and Roy Oswalt's first pitch as a Philly is going to give up 3 bases. How about that for a start against a great pitcher debuting with a new team?
Well, Niger guesses right. He's going to try to just get a fastball across. He tries it. He fails. Niger Morgan, nice quick swing. Gets it by Jayson Werth in right center field, and he's off to the races right there. He's going to turn the corner and just dig for third. Makes it easily.
Niger Morgan with his 6th triple of the year.
Ball actually hits him right in the back here. Right there at the end. Hits him in the shoulder. Exmo, wonderful job.
Adam Kennedy an immediate RBI opportunity, and he took a check swing and fouled it.
And got Ruiz in the forearm and the thigh. He'll walk it off.
You know, if things keep going the way they are going in the National League, either Bud Black or Bobby Cox will be the manager of the year. But if you talk to the Philadelphia guys, they can't say enough about the way Charlie Manuel has held this ball club together through numerous injury scenarios this year. So the last thing they need is a foul ball off their catcher. Ruiz, their primary guy, former Nat Brian Schneider, the backup. And the 0-1 to Kennedy, who's hit .311 his last 18 games. Ground ball right side. That's a run. In the outfield, Polanco, 1 out, and the Nats are on the board.
PNC Bank Scouting Report brought to you by PNC. For the achiever in us all. Post up. This guy's fabulous, Bob, after the All-Star break. 70-24. He's aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge, big curve. Grade 8. He's tied with his teammate, Roy Halladay, for 8 straight opening day starts. So they'll have to battle it out next year.
Ryan Zimmerman steps in.
Hitters in batting third in the lineup this year against Oswalt, Bob, batting .375.
Amazing the pitchers on that win percentage rate after the All-Star break. Polanco, right off the end of Ryan Zimmerman's bat. Phillies are 5th in the league in defense. Jimmy Rollins and Placido Polanco up the middle. Greg Dobbs, Ryan Howard at the corners. Ruiz behind the plate. Jayson Werth becomes a center fielder with Shane Victorino hurt. And then, of course, there's the youngster in right field, Dominic Brown, who looks exciting, and Raul Ibanez in left. Dominic Brown had a good night at the plate the other night in his Phillies debut, 2 for 4, but then he tried to make a little too much happen on a line drive in front of him and played it into an extra base hit. But he's getting a chance to play because of all these injuries. Here's Adam Dunn. And he jacks one to right. That's going to scoot to Brown on a hop, and Adam Dunn has the second Nationals base hit. The big question is, will Adam Dunn be standing at first base 24 hours from now?
Well, Adam can't think about that kind of stuff. He just has to think about playing baseball, whether it's here or in the American League or anywhere, and he gets an Oswalt fastball. He looks like he tries to run a sinker back across the inside part of the plate. Adam Dunn all over that. Dominic Brown, we see his reach. He's 6'5", 200 pounds, Bob.
By the way, Adam Dunn had a 3-run double. The batter before Roy Oswalt was ejected in that game May 31st. The Nats got 4 runs on 4 hits off Oswalt in 2 1/3 innings. He had walked 3 batters, very uncharacteristically. Willingham hitting at .270 with 50 RBIs. Josh has gone 19 games without a home run. Dunn started, then stopped, and the ball bounced out in front of home plate. And the count's 1-1.
Going to be a ball that skips. Ruiz catches it. Guns as Adam Dunn got a little bit extra there on the lead.
So the last time Willingham homered was July 2nd against Jonathan Neese of the Mets. That ball skying toward the upper deck, left side. Speaking of the Mets, they're hosting Arizona tonight. Atlanta has just gotten underway at Cincinnati. And the Marlins are at San Diego later this evening. Oswalt, 143 wins, 82 career losses. This is his 292nd career start. Willingham pops it up weakly, right side. Ryan Howard. Foul ball, inning over, but a good start for the Nats on the Morgan triple. The Kennedy ground ball, 1-0, Washington. of Steven Strasburg caught the first pitch from Miss Iowa, Catherine Connors, tonight. Here's the tail of the tape. Miss Iowa, her job, his job, pitcher. Hobbies. How about that? That's very nice. And the Nationals did a great job of taking a situation that was just a little sensitive. They made it into a positive, flew her in. She threw out the first pitch. She'll be here for the whole ball game, and she says she's a Cubs fan. And that's okay if you're from Iowa. One pitch, ground ball. Jayson Werth, Ian Desmond takes care of it.
He looks a little nervous. She looks like she's got some good stuff. Let's see the windup. There's the pitch, Bob.
A little bit on the inside to a right-hander.
This needs a little work.
Got it there on a fly, though. Congrats. Johnny Holliday with a delightful interview with the two. And we welcome to Washington Catherine Connors and the great state of Iowa. In fact, isn't Iowa always one of the first steps for someone wanting to work in Washington?
Yes.
When you look at the Iowa caucuses.
Well, and if you go back and look at what he said, he was actually paying her a compliment. He was saying how he went to the mound. Everybody expected Miss Universe. They looked up and saw Miss Iowa as he was being booed. But he went on to say that, oh, then again, you look at her and you say, she's gorgeous, just like Miss Universe. And he went out and threw 5 shutout innings.
Here's Dominic Brown. And a check swing and a strike.
And as it turns out, she is gorgeous. And Iowa's a wonderful state. Nice breaking ball right there by Stammen. You know that the youngster is looking for some dead red fastball heat. You don't want to give him too many pitches in the zone. And if you watch the highlights the other night, this kid has a quick bat and a long reach.
His uncle is Mudcat Grant, former major leaguer. University of Miami wanted him as a wide receiver, but he signed with the Phillies, and that's why he lasted till the 20th round 4 years ago, and he's gone.
Well, this is something that his uncle used to do, the UPS store. It's a beautiful two-seam fastball. And it rides right back across the plate. So right now, young Craig Stammen has a really nice fastball, and he's spotting it beautifully.
UPS Store does a lot more than shipping, like offering moving boxes and supplies. Here's Greg Dobbs. Over the last few years, one of the better backup infielders and pinch hitters in the league. He'll jack one out to center. Pretty well hit, but Niger right there. 2 scoreless innings to start the game for the efficient Craig Stammen. 1-0 Nationals. Bottom of the second. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And here's Debbie Taylor with our AFCEA sideline report.
Well, Bob, with Matt Capps and Christian Guzman both being traded today, there's some mixed feelings in the clubhouse. Both guys are considered friends to a lot of the players here, so in that respect, they're going to be missed. But, again, they're both going to teams that are in the playoff hunt, so their teammates are very pleased about that. For some, like Alberto Gonzalez, this opens up some opportunities to get more playing time. Now, Alberto is from Venezuela, and he tells me that he's very impressed with Wilson Ramos, the catcher that they got in the deal for Matt Capps. He played winter ball against him, and he said he's got a lot of power and he's a very good defensive catcher, and that's definitely the word from the scouts here. Bob?
Ramos, 22 years of age, 6 foot 200. He'll be assigned to AAA Syracuse. Maybe in the big league soon. It's an organization of opportunity. And by the way, Matt Capps is going to a ball club that's won 5 in a row. They're a game and a half behind the White Sox. Minnesota is home to play Seattle tonight. And Christian Guzman is going to a ball club 18 games over 500 with an 8.5 game lead over Oakland in the West. That's a fair ball that hits near the bag, and Ryan Howard takes care of Roger Bernardina. Speaking of Ryan Howard, subject of 2 big boppers in the last 5 years, Howard and Dunn, as we look at our Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA.
Well, I talked to Hall of Famer Paul Molitor this morning about Ramos, and he said he was the best hitting prospect in the minor leagues over the last 4 years that he's been with Minnesota.
Nice.
He also said this kid's got one of the best catching arms in the minor leagues, and he said he's getting better at calling games. And he said that might be something that he has to go down to the minor leagues and work on a little bit. But he said this kid is maybe the steal of the trade deadline trades.
And that's an organization that has always scouted, drafted, signed, and developed players very well. Nobody has done a better job than Minnesota of home growing their talent. And by the way, you have to think that with the Nationals getting a young catcher like that, there must not be a real confident feeling that Jesus Flores will be back in the big leagues anytime soon. Pudge Rodriguez, 3 for 38 since the All-Star break.
Well, and for Ramos, there's no chance of him playing in the big leagues anytime soon as long as Joe Mauer's healthy. The guy signed a $184 million deal. So it's actually a win-win. Matt Capps is going to help them try to get to the playoffs this year, and the young catcher and then Testa, the left-handed pitcher, are going to help us move forward in this organization. So it's a win-win both ways.
Ian Desmond, over the last 3 games now, 5 out of 9. His bet came alive during the Atlanta series.
I heard an interview this morning that Matt Capps did, and he sounded very excited. He said, you know, for the first time in his career, he has a shot at pitching in October.
Right into the glove of Roy Oswalt goes Desmond's line drive, and the second inning comes to a close. Hit it to the glove side. Ian Desmond really on the ball right now, but evidently so is Roy Oswalt. Nationals. They've out-hit the Phillies 2-1. Carlos Ruiz, Roy Oswalt, and Jimmy Rollins for Philadelphia. More on Matt Capps as he switches ball caps. 46 ball games, Rob, and he made quite an impression around here. Just did get his 26th save last night.
Well, how about this? The guy who won the All-Star game for the National League may now need, as he goes to the postseason, he will be going to a National League if they go all the way to the World Series for home field advantage that he helped get.
Interesting.
He'll be on an American League team. So,
how about that? Winning pitcher for one league, you get traded to the other.
I know.
Here's Carlos Ruiz hitting .286.
He's going to help them a lot, though. If you can't get a starter, get somebody that can close the game out, maybe in the 7th inning or 8th inning. Along with John Roush, they've got some really good arms down there to end the game. I think the Twins need to get somebody, though. There's some really good American League teams as far as pitching staffs.
And a chopper foul on 2-0. And a ball popped up left side. It will keep drifting, and it's unreachable for Ryan Zimmerman. There he is, Charlie Manuel. And that ball, it looked like a hard sinker that Stammen just ripped right by Carlos Ruiz. Strikeout number 2. Throwing the ball well here early.
He is. Quest Tech, Kinetic on the pitch track.
A lot of technology, Rob.
I'm sorry.
You just had 4 umpires go, oh no.
Oh no. Great sinker by Stammen right there.
And Kinetic North America provides world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Not to mention some technology here at the ballpark for us to keep an eye on balls and strikes.
No, I like the way Stammen's throwing. He's very convicted. Throw every pitch like it's your last pitch.
He's doing that.
Yep.
Looks like he's throwing the ball through the catcher right now.
That sinker had a ton of movement on it. That's all you need.
Roy Oswalt, 4 hits this year. He's a 158 career hitter with a home run and 33 RBIs. '92 sacrifice bunts in his career. He's always been a good athlete. Oswalt, 32 years of age, listed at 6'192". And he's got a base hit. Might be a play at first. Bernardino to Dunn. He's out. Playing shallow against the pitcher. And Roger Bernardino gets an outfield assist. The rare 9-3.
Well, it's sharply hit by Oswalt, which is the first part of this. Bernardino coming up with it quickly is the second part, and a great throw over to Dunn. So well defended. Right here, comes up, makes the play, great throw. And even with Oswalt, who's not the slowest guy, not the slowest pitcher in the big leagues, he can't get down the line.
Well, I know that my partner is a big fan of playing pitchers and weak hitters shallow the other way, and that's what the Nats did.
Just paid off.
Here's Jimmy Rollins, bases empty, 2 outs. And that does not go as a base hit. You got to make it to first to get a base hit. That was kind of like a perfect storm. Hard hit ball right at Bernardino, who has the great arm and the foot quickness to really charge a ball like that. And then, of course, a pitcher hitting out of the opposite side of the box. 1-1 to Rollins, who popped up to Kennedy first time up.
Well, a couple of our scouts are in town from the southern states and the West Coast. Stan Williams and Bill Singer, and both of them love Bernie Boone. They were raving about him. They're very happy that he's having some success at the major league level.
Well, he's getting more at-bats and more time in the field every day. 1-2 to Jimmy Rollins. Bouncer, Adam Dunn has it. To Stammen, leads him perfectly. And the Nats are playing solid baseball on this homestand. 1-0 in the third. Here at Nationals Park in our nation's capital, and nearly 2 months ago to the day, it was Memorial Day. Josh Willingham took a pitch outside after Adam Dunn had cleared the bases. Roy Oswalt said to Bill Hahn, a most impatient umpire, that he wasn't talking to him, and Hahn tossed him after 7 outs. The Nats would go on to a 14-4 win, out hitting the Astros 14-7, and Luis Adelano got that win. He was 5-1 at that time.
Yeah, I wasn't working with you on that one. I was watching it on TV, and it was unfortunate because you could read Roy Halladay's lips. He kept saying to Bill Hahn, "I'm not talking to you." And Hahn is screaming back, "Stop pointing at me," and he eventually throws him out of the game. So Oswalt ejected early in that ballgame. It's unfortunate. I mean, he's a very competitive guy, but he's also one of the nicest guys in the world.
You know, and Roy claimed after the game that he was mad at himself for throwing the pitch that missed. He wasn't complaining about the zone. He had already walked 3 guys, so he had control issues that day, and he was getting frustrated with himself. Evidently, Bill Hahn turned into a mind reader and threw him out of the game. Craig Stammen 8 for 31 on the year. Look at this. They're going to throw him out. If Ryan Howard hadn't deflected that ball and slowed it down, I don't know who would have covered first. But each pitcher's had a really good swing against the other. Nyjer Morgan ignited this ball club, Rob, on the first pitch he saw.
Well, it's very aggressive baseball right there on Nyjer's part. Went after a guy that he figured, okay, he'll try to get ahead of me with a fastball, and it paid off with a triple. And then he would score on the infield ground out by Adam Kennedy.
I'll tell you one thing. That was an effort into third base that any Olympic diver would have been proud of. Did you see him get airborne there? Scored shortly thereafter on a ground ball to the second baseman by Adam Kennedy. Oswalt got that off-speed breaking ball. He just missed with it. News from New York. The Diamondbacks got 3 in the top of the first inning. against Mike Pelfrey, who's 10-5 going into that game. The Mets are 4 games behind the Phillies and 6.5 behind the Braves. New York's now only 1 game ahead of Florida. That hits Nyjer Morgan, and the Nats have 2 men aboard with nobody out. And Nyjer Morgan is hit by a pitch for the 6th time this year.
Oswalt comes inside, and Nyjer will take first base. And Roy Oswalt has gotten himself in a little bit of hot water here.
It's amazing how hot it gets, Rob, when it starts at the bottom of the order, doesn't it?
And Craig Stammen, .258 batting average coming into tonight, helping his own cause.
I wonder if Kennedy's bunting here. He is. There's nobody at third. And Ruiz throws the ball down the line. The Nationals lead 2-0. Greg Dobbs was charging, and it was a throw literally into no man's land. Credit Kennedy with a sacrifice.
Well, for one of the most prepared teams in the big leagues, one of the best defensive teams the last few years in the big leagues, Dobbs not at home, got out of the way of Ruiz. Nobody covering third. Look at him bail out of the way. Ruiz comes up thinking someone's supposed to be there, and that's as bad a play as you'll ever see at the major league level.
You know, that was interesting because Dobbs was charging a ball that wasn't more than 4 or 5 feet out in front of home plate. Now it's first and third. Zimmerman, nobody out, and the Nationals a chance to go up by at least 3 here. Zimmerman takes the fastball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies make only their 60th error of the year. We mentioned earlier they're in the top 5 in the league.
Well, there's a tie for first with 3 teams that have 40 errors. So they're trailing by almost 20 now. Well, 20 exactly. 3 teams in first place.
Zimmerman chops 1 foul. Nyjer Morgan at third. Don't have to hit a fly ball too deep to score him. And then Adam Kennedy, a good base runner at first. Cincinnati, San Diego, San Francisco, the clubs Rob's talking about. All of them in contention or in first place. 1-2 to Ryan. He takes that breaking ball low and away. And the Mets just got David Wright's 16th home run of the year. And they've tied Arizona bottom of the first 3-3. Up and into Zimmerman. 3-2. Dan Radisson visits with the runner at first, Kennedy. So Ryan about 44% in this category. With Adam Dunn on deck, we'll see if they start the runner here. Holding. Zimmerman, right field. That might be deep enough to score Morgan. Let's see what kind of arm young Mr. Brown has. It's very short, and the Nationals lead 3-0. Good base running aggressively by Morgan. Good coaching by Pat Listach. And the Nats are playing some good small ball here.
Definitely taking advantage of the Phillies' mistakes tonight. And Ryan Zimmerman gets a pitch down and in. Gets enough on it. Dominic Brown, pretty good throw, but it's going to be a 2-hopper. That's going to short hop Ruiz, but Nyjer Morgan with his speed easily beats the throw.
Here's Adam Dunn. That was Zimmerman's 53rd RBI. Kennedy started, then stopped. Early in a ball game, you wonder if Kennedy would be cut loose and steal second. Would that take the bat out of Adam Dunn's hands, or wouldn't it? I know Jim Riggleman loves to be aggressive with his running game when he gets a lead, no matter what stage of the ball game we're in. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a hammer on deck. Kennedy went dancing off of first base again like he was going to run. Ruiz, by the way, 10 for 44 against opposing base runners. That's just 23%. And Roy Oswalt does throw a lot of off-speed pitches to hitters like Adam Dunn. Don't throw him one down the middle on 2-1.
8 balls, 8 strikes for Oswalt this inning.
There's another off-speed pitch. He gets a strike with it, and the count's 2-2.
One of the best breaking balls in the major leagues today. UPS store here on the pitch track. You just see the rotation. Rolls it over. Look at this, pulling it down as hard as he can. And it's got top spin on it, and Adam Dunn is frozen.
1 out, runner at first, 2 runs in. Great jump by Kennedy. No way they get him at second base. Adam Dunn strikes out, and Adam Kennedy steals his 12th base of the year without being caught. Roy Oswalt with his second strikeout.
Well, it's a great breaking ball and a great pitch to steal on. Adam Dunn strikes out. Adam Kennedy steals second. So you have a man in scoring position here with 2 outs.
Willingham hit the ball over that way first time. Ryan Howard caught it. Front door breaking ball for a strike. And it seems like the strike zone's getting a little wider than it started the game at.
Well, and for Roy Oswalt, doesn't have that low to mid-90s velocity so far tonight, so he's going with mostly breaking balls, which we talk about a lot. Get something that you're comfortable with, throw it a lot, try to get some guys out with it. Throws it again.
Good take by Josh.
If you're comfortable with a pitch, you could throw it 3-4 different ways like Oswalt. Throw it for a strike, throw it away from the hitter, throw it in the dirt. Maybe occasionally bust the guy back with a fastball, but you know, one pitch should be able to get you through 7 innings. It's just how you use it.
Willingham to right. Dominic Brown under it. And the Nats have a good inning, taking advantage of a Philadelphia miscue. 3-0 Nationals after 3. Nats are playing well. Craig Stammen's off to a good start. 3-0 Washington. Tomorrow night is Phillies Nats. First 15,000 fans receive a Niger Morgan bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. Get here early. It's our second bobblehead giveaway of the year. Nationals.com/tickets for all your information. Craig Stammen, 10 pitches per inning so far. High fastball to Placido Polanco, 4th inning underway.
Well, now it's imperative, second time through the lineup, to start protecting this lead. You have a 3-run lead, and you have to pitch to the lineup accordingly.
2, 3, and 4 here. Anytime you only have to face Ryan Howard twice in the first 4 innings, that's a good thing.
Like
Ibanez in between the two.
Like to face him with no one on base.
81 RBIs worth. Braves have scored a run in the top of the 3rd at Cincinnati. That pitching matchup tonight, Chris Medlin and Johnny Cueto.
It's always nice to face the Phillies, too, without Chase Utley, one of the toughest players in the major leagues to face.
I think he's the engine that makes them go.
I agree.
You know, Jimmy Rollins, some of that role, but to me, Utley's the brains of the operation.
Yeah,
and Adam Dunn plays it well to Craig Stammen for the first out here in the 4th. Let's have a look at our AT&T trivia. From the smartphone, 3 pitchers have the most wins over the past 10 seasons.
Oswalt, Halladay, Johan Santana. Could be Pettit.
Santana, Oswalt, and Hudson have the best percentages. I think Pettit's on that list. He has more wins than Oswalt and Hudson.
I think Halladay's on that list, though, for sure.
So how about Halladay, Pettit,
and
they might be trying to trick us here, because Hudson has more wins than Oswalt. What was the time span again?
Last 10 years.
What's up with Raul Ibanez?
He loves this team.
Man, last year he didn't do much of anything against the rest of the league, but he just wore out the Nationals.
Yes, he did.
It was just crazy what he did against Washington's pitching staff.
Well, he's got a good approach right here. It's a sinker away. I'll just spank it into left field.
And Rob, that was hitting down further in the dugout last year. The lineup.
Yep.
This year he's leveling off, trying to get a board for the big fella.
Look at those numbers last year.
Those numbers kept me awake. October, November, December, January, February, March. And now here in July we have to see him again.
All right, let's go back. This is last season.
Oh, here come the nightmares.
Hey, 8 home runs. He hit nearly 500. You just put up 4 fingers. This year, not so much.
You know, he hit 34 home runs last year, but nearly 25% of them against the Nats. Come on. Ryan Howard, 0-1, shift is on. He goes left field way and fouls it out of play.
It looks like some of their power guys are going after the sinker away, so this is where you have to either drop the changeup or the big hammer on him. Can't just keep firing sinkers away thinking, oh, yeah, they'll try to pull it. This guy can hit, just like Adam Dunn, he can hit a home run to any field.
0-2. Rolled over a grounder up the middle to Desmond first time. Another guy who's been tough on the Nats, Jayson Werth. And by the way, only Adam Dunn has more extra base hits than Jayson Werth in the National League.
Will we see Jayson Werth in a Philly uniform tomorrow afternoon?
Got him looking on the inside corner. Stammen pounding the left-hander inside. His 3rd strikeout.
Well, they start kinetic right here on the pitch track, looking away, away, away. Look at him leaning. He's leaning way over the plate.
Perfect.
And he just was not looking for this pitch.
Right under his hands. Next up will be Jayson Werth, who pulled the ball to short first time. Thing is, Rob, can the Phillies afford to trade Jayson Werth with all the injuries they have?
They can't, but they can't afford to keep him unless they're thinking we'll just get a first-round pick and a sandwich pick. This is a Type A free agent.
Wait a minute. The Phillies fill their ballpark every night. They're in one of the biggest media markets in the country. But they can't afford him?
You locked up Joe Blanton. You locked up Shane Victorino.
Man.
You're going to have to pay $16 million next year for Mr. Oswalt.
Is he more expensive than Cliff Lee would have been?
Yes.
You know, a lot of people wondering why they went through all of this to get Oswalt when they had Cliff Lee to begin with. You know, the Phillies aren't exactly crying poor. I was looking at the attendance numbers the other day. They're second to the Dodgers in total attendance and first in the league in average attendance at 45,000 a game. Two balls and a strike to Werth. Up the middle. Stammen gets a piece of it, or vice versa. Zimmerman picks it up, base hit. Saturday night, Morgan bobblehead night. Joe Blanton, Ross Detweiler on the mound. And on Sunday, the Nats, they know who they're throwing, but they're not announcing it yet against Cole Hamels. Then it's on to Arizona for Ford. Leave on Monday. Scott Olsen Tuesday. Craig Stammen Wednesday. Detweiler Thursday. Then it's on to L.A. Two on, two out for Dominic Brown, who's 2 for 5 as a major league hitter. When Stammen struck him out second inning, that was the first time he'd been out on strikes. Rob and I were marveling the other night when we saw the highlights of this kid. They list him 6'5", 200, but a Phillies broadcaster told me they think he's 6'6".
Yeah, he looks like Von Hayes.
He played basketball and football at Redan High School in the Atlanta area, which has always been a really good school for Division I athletes. Going basketball and football, and now baseball, and it's 0-2.
Well, and that's a good approach, too, on Dominic Brown. He's got his hands up and over the plate. You're trying to come up and underneath him. And if he's just going to allow them to pitch inside like that, you got to take advantage of it. And if you let him get extension with that bat speed, the ball's going to fly somewhere out of here. And keep those hands tied up.
No balls, 2 strikes. Target in. Stammen buries another left-handed batter right in on his hands. Craig with 2 strikeouts. Howard and Brown in the 4th. And the Nats still lead 3-0. Nigel Morgan appears not to be real well with the bottom of the fourth coming up. Right elbow is all taped up. Assistant trainer Mike McGowan tending to him. We'll check on that when we can find something out. So far, so good for Craig Stammen, Rob. And I know you have to like the way he's attacking these Phillies hitters.
This is as good as I've seen Craig in a long time. I mean, he's just coming right at the hitters. He's attacking the strike zone. You saw against the young Dominic Brown and against Ryan Howard, somebody that you have to get inside on. He is pounding the strike zone, and he just exploited a weakness in the young Brown's game. When you got your hands that far out over the plate and that far away from your body, it's going to be difficult to catch that inside fastball.
Bottom of the fourth, Roger Bernardina. Good rip. Bernardina, Rodriguez, and Desmond for the Nats. That ball is laced to the gap in right center. And watch this Greyhound run. Werth will get to it in a hurry, keeping Roger at second base. Desmond and Bernardina and Morgan hitting the ball hard so far.
Well, give our hitters a lot of credit. They've got a great approach with Oswalt today. He gets the big curveball. He's waiting for it, looking for it, laces it into right center field. But because Werth is actually really speedy, he got to the ball in a hurry, and Bernardina just stays right there at second. Don't want to make the first out, going to third.
Nice catch, lady. Friday night souvenir. Nats have 5 hits now. And if you're wondering how they got 5, Adam Kennedy's bunt has been called a hit. Originally, we had it down as a sacrifice and an error on the catcher.
That's an interesting ruling.
It is. When the catcher picks the ball up 5 feet from home plate.
And fires it down the left field line.
And that's a hit. I could see giving him a sacrifice.
Right.
Well, he'll take it. Here's Pudge Rodriguez, who needs to advance the runner. Pudge is in a big-time skid here. He's just not getting to breaking balls at all. And they're just feeding him a steady diet. Third strikeout by Oswalt. All right, Rob, let's see how you did on your pitchers. Most wins over the past 10 seasons. Andy Pettit's got to be on that list.
Sabathia,
none of them
Halladay,
are.
Oswalt.
Wow.
I had the 2 Roys. I didn't have Sabathia.
Okay.
Santana may have like the most wins since 2001.
Down to third. Dropped by Dobbs, and Desmond is safe. Bernardina had to stay home. That's the second problem of the night. The Phillies have added third base. And Greg Dobbs will get his 5th error of the year.
Normally Polanco would be at third, Utley at second, but since Utley's out, Polanco's at second, a former Gold Glover over there. H.H. Gregg here on the transfer. Well, he just kind of fumbles it. And so H.H. Gregg shows you the trying to get it out of your glove and throw it before you actually grab it with that bare hand.
Now Stammen is showing bunt, but he's a good hitting pitcher. The Nats could switch off here in case he doesn't lay one down right away, and he bunts it foul for a strike. Stammen hit that ball hard off the glove of Ryan Howard first time for a base hit. And, of course, that led to a run. Stammen scored on the throwing error by Carlos Ruiz on the Kennedy bunt. All right, now do you want him bunting or swinging away? possibly hitting into a double play.
I still have him bunting right here.
Thinking is, even if he makes an out, you go sit him down and keep him fresh to go out for the 5th inning, huh?
Well, and also he's a major league pitcher / hitter. He should be able to make a sacrifice bunt.
And the other thing is, you already have 1 runner in scoring position. You'd like to have 2. He does swing away. Cincinnati has scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd against Chris Medlin. Reds lead the Braves 2-1. Off-speed pitch, Stammen left side, and that's what you were afraid of. A double play ball as the Phillies go 5-4-3. On to the 5th inning. Nationals lead 3-0. Brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. And by Hager. Established 1926. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. Adam Dunn had some nice moments in that series against Atlanta. The Nats took 2 out of 3. If you want to check out my blog on MASNsports.com, wrote about the good fundamental baseball the Nats played during that series, and they're doing more of the same tonight as we summarize this one after 4. Niger's first triple since April in Chicago. Stammen, 4 shutout innings, hasn't walked anybody, and the Nats have roughed up Roy Oswalt, who hasn't gotten a whole lot of help from his defense.
Well, he's been pounding the strike zone all night, and he's got a great fastball in the inner half. There you see it against Dominic Brown. Ruiz right there. Great sinker, great late movement. Freezes Ryan Howard on an inside fastball. He was looking away. And then Dominic Brown, whose hands are way away from his body, is going to have to learn that he better tighten up that swing and get ahead of those pitches, or he's going to have a lot of strikeouts.
Stammen, 47 pitches, 33 strikes. Not a lot of first pitch strikes. 8 out of 15. And here's Greg Dobbs to lead off the 5th. Bottom of the order here. Two and 0. Well, you can't come out with a 3-run lead and walk the number 7 hitter. Catcher next, then Oswalt, who can handle the bat. That's not a good walk. Not that there is ever a good one. Well, against certain hitters there would be. Sunday, the Phillies are here to wrap up the series. Make your plans for the Sunday Family Fun Pack Day. For $14, a seat, hot dog, chips, and a soda. Visit nationals.com/kids to purchase your Family Fun Pack tickets. But nothing gets a team back into a game quicker than a pitcher with the lead unable to get guys out at the bottom of the order. Here's Ruiz. 5 in a row.
Well, and now all of a sudden he looks like he's short, and this is first time through the order, did great. Didn't have the usual trouble there, the .348 batting average against. But then the third time it goes right back up near 300, and this is just a concentration thing. You have to leave that grounding out in a double play and being frustrated about not doing the job with the stick and go back out there and protect the 3-run lead.
Your primary job.
Your primary, your number one job, protect the 3-run lead.
Diamondbacks have scored in the 4th at New York. Arizona 4, Mets 3.
And you got to go up there and look at Greg Dobbs and go, okay, he's a good pinch hitter. Not an everyday player. You look up at the scoreboard, he's hitting 200. I'm going to go get this guy. He's hitting 200. And that's the way you have to have an attitude. And now you got Ruiz and then the pitcher. And you threw 4 straight balls and put that guy, you gave him the free pass we talked about. No free passes.
That's a strike. Breaking ball got the top of the zone. In that 3rd inning at Cincinnati, the Reds ended up picking up 3 runs. So they're up 3-1 on the Braves. 3-0 Nationals here. Phillies batting, leadoff man aboard, top of the 5th. Check swing. No swing, says Kerwin Danley.
Here we see the plate. I would say he went.
Yeah, it's a swing.
That's a swing.
Ball 3.
Well, they're not going to help you. They're not going to swing at some of these pitches now that you're missing with them. They were swinging at them the first time through. They're going to have to move it over the plate, and that's dangerous.
I love the atmosphere in the ballpark tonight. A lot of Philly fans are here. Nationals fans with a lead into every pitch. The pitcher, Roy Oswalt, is next. But we're getting a reaction to every single pitch in this game. A great Friday night setting. 3-2, runner holds. Ground ball has the old GW Colonial Sam Perlazzo ducking.
Well, Ruiz was teeing off on that 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's what happens when you fall behind and you go from the outer edge of the plate to the center of the plate. Even the number 8 hitting catcher hitting 250. Well, now he's hitting 285. But he's got more of an advantage, and he's going to tee off on that. Drop a breaking ball in there.
3-2, runner goes. Ground ball to Zimmerman. Good thing they had the runner moving. Might have been a double play ball. The Nats get it out. Dobbs down to second. Interesting last at bat by Roy Oswalt. He got a base hit. No, he didn't.
Hits this ball so hard, he doesn't jump out of the box. And then he realizes they're playing shallow in right field, and Bernardina does something that's not a lot of fun for anybody at the major league level. You're thrown out by the right fielder.
He's shallow again. Greg Dobbs is not very fast at second base. High strike. Oswalt didn't like the call from Dana Demuth.
He'll take it, though. And there you see Roger Bernardina. Well, with the speed of Nyjer Morgan and the speed of Roger Bernardina, they can take more chances.
That's a beauty on the outside corner. 0-2.
Kinetic right here on the big 12-6 curveball.
Rodriguez keeps it close enough. Craig Stammen, career record of 6-11. Jimmy Rollins on deck. 37th career start for Craig. Wasting another one. Nothing but breaking pitches to the opposing pitcher so far.
I'd like,
sure if he can throw a fastball to Ryan Howard, he can throw one to Roy Oswalt.
I'd like to say that that's respect for Roy Oswalt, but I mean, he's a pitcher. Come on, blow this guy away.
I mean, he made his living in the 4th inning on fastballs, striking out Howard and Brown. Had him reaching. Adam Dunn will be able to do this one himself. Second out, over to third base, Dobbs. Top of the order, Jimmy Rollins. Worst run support for pitchers in this league, and Roy Oswalt with an anemic Houston ball club supporting him.
Oh, and so far tonight, a big fat 0 from his new team.
You would expect Hamill from Colorado to get some, and Santana from the Mets. Action-packed table games. Red-hot slots await Hollywood Casino, Charlestown Races in West Virginia. They bring us our National League leaguers on a game-by-game basis. Top of the order now, Jimmy Rollins has popped up to Kennedy and grounded out to Dunn. Greg Dobbs walked to lead off the inning. Up the middle. Here comes Kennedy. And there go the Phillies in the 5th inning. Another runner stranded, 4 for the Phils so far. Top of the order. Nigel Morgan scoring 2 runs already. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Celebrate the world we share. We got mohawks, we have face painting, we got wristbands. The guys are all decked out, and the girls are too, for this Nationals-Phillies battle tonight. Geico President's Race. Hey, remember, Rob, presidents are supposed to do well with the Iowa caucus. Well, Teddy got derailed by Miss Iowa.
Oh,
isn't that sweet? Now, that was clever. I just wonder if they realize the presidential implications of this.
Scandal.
Now, watch this header.
Oh!
Tall Tom. Tall Tom got a little top-heavy there.
What happened, Tommy? Isn't it Christmas?
Bottom of the fifth.
That's pretty cool.
That was a bad move. Not a whole lot you can do when gravity takes over inside those things. Niger a triple, hit by a pitch, 2 runs scored. In the Atlanta series, Niger Morgan was 4 for 12. Stole 3 bases, scored a run. He's been active offensively this week. And a 2-0. He'll take ball 3. Roy Oswalt coming into this inning, 58 pitches in 4 innings. He threw first pitch strikes to 12 of the first 18 hitters. Kennedy waiting. Niger Morgan's aboard. A couple of guys you don't want to walk, those 7 and 8 hitters, and of course the leadoff guy. And for Roy Oswalt, that's his first walk of the night. Well, tonight is a Miller Lite party night at the ballpark. Tomorrow night will be as well. Out there in left center field, you get a scoreboard pavilion seat and a drink voucher. $20. It's $22 for prime games. Come early, pregame happy hour, Miller Lite scoreboard walk bar featuring $5 beers. Make your plans to come and join us here at the park tomorrow night. If you can't, Johnny and Ray will get you going with Nats Extra. 6:30. Niger Morgan breaking way too early. All Roy Oswalt had to do was step off the mound and throw the ball 60 feet to second base. And Morgan is caught stealing literally for the 14th time this year.
Well, he gets a little bit too quick right there with the taking off. Oswalt holds a little bit longer, steps off, throws to Rollins, and easy out at second.
By the way, Byron Kerr will be in for Johnny tomorrow evening. And here's Kennedy, who's had 2 productive at-bats. RBI grounder, a bunt hit, stolen base. Still not sure I understand giving him a hit on that bunt, which was a sacrifice all the way. And then Ruiz threw the ball to the invisible man covering third. Kennedy slices one out of play, left side.
I understand when someone's stealing second, you're taught throw to the base, somebody's supposed to be there to catch it and cover second base. On that play, you got to come up and recognize that there's a possibility that the third baseman might be coming in. You don't just fire it down the left field line.
Do you think that Ruiz was in a hurry because he thought they might have a double play going?
Possibility.
The runners were at first and second.
Yep.
Kennedy, another one off to the left.
But once again, you know, played a few years with Pedro Feliz down there. Now he's got a good guy, Polanco, a guy who doesn't play every day in Dobbs, filling in because of the injury to Utley. So you put your Gold Glove second baseman back at second base in Polanco, and Dobbs at third. Maybe somebody missed an assignment there.
Yeah. 1-2, and Kennedy hacks it into left center. Over to cut it off is Ibanez. Adam Kennedy into second base. Nats are getting some good swings at Roy Oswalt tonight. That's their third extra base hit. And now the Niger Morgan mistake on the bases becomes very costly. He might have scored on that ball even from first.
Well, great approaches by Bernardina and Kennedy on the breaking ball of Roy Oswalt. We know he's got a great one, but when he just lays it in there for a strike, it's got a little bit different loft. It sits up for a little bit. And Adam Kennedy and Bernardina have taken full advantage, and he just whacked it and tomahawked it into left center.
Kennedy 2 for 3 tonight. Zimmerman breaks his bat, it appears, on a one-hopper to Jimmy Rollins. He got handcuffed on that ball. That's the second out of the inning. All right, Rob, how'd you like to be looking at these guys in October in a short series?
I'd like to have that opportunity. But the opponents that will face them will not. You and I, we talked about this off the air, that we both feel that St. Louis would be probably give them the biggest battle.
Because of the pitching.
Because of the pitching. But St. Louis has to beat out Cincinnati, which will not be easy. Exactly. That's going to be a good race.
Ooh. Adam Dunn takes one right up on the back. That'll be Oswalt's second hit batter of the night. And Adam Dunn is hit by a pitch for the 6th time this year, just like Nigel Morgan earlier.
Well, if there's anybody who's as close to steal as there is, it's Adam Dunn, and gets him behind the elbow, and he's not happy, but pretty sure those guys were buddies before the game.
Yeah, Ryan Howard made Adam feel better about it.
Said, man, you're not the only one who gets hit.
2 on for Willingham. Man, how about this inning? Walk, double, hit batter.
Well, a little bit of that, what Roy is doing, and I'm not thinking they're saying that he's doing it intentionally, is our guys are leaning out over the plate and whacking those curveballs, and he's just coming back inside, making them, keeping them honest so that they can't lean.
Now he steps off. Willingham, a foul out to first, fly out to right, so Oswalt's kept the ball away from the hammer, which you have to do, because if you throw it inside, he will hurt you. 1 run's in. Dunn to third. He's coming home. The Nationals lead 5-0.
Well, Bob and I both know, and that ball was supposed to be away. You throw from the center of the plate in on this hammer, and he will nail you. And Willingham gets the ball right where he loves it, right around the bag. And then the ball takes a perfect Nats bounce off the wall. Adam Dunn comes all the way around to score. And watch Kennedy, he's cruising in. And then you come in, you're going to help your runner out.
And so is the on-deck hitter, Roger Bernardina. We're thinking double for Willingham, third on the throw, 2 RBIs, giving him 52, and the Nats lead by 5. Bernardina, no action in the Philly bullpen yet.
Well, and both hitters that were hit by pitches, Morgan and Dunn, both came around to score. So really hurting himself by trying to pitch inside tonight.
Nationals 7 hits now. 4 of them extra bases. Crooked numbers in the 3rd and here in the 5th. Single run in the 1st.
Bernardina this year 1 for 3 with a runner on third base. That hit was a home run.
Hasn't hit one in this ballpark this year. And he's taking on 3-0, and Oswalt walks another batter. He's actually only retired 1 batter this inning. The other out was Nigel Morgan's ill-fated trip down to second base on the pickoff. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. 5-0. Pudge Rodriguez needs to break out, but he won't. On a breaking ball away, grounds it up the middle. 2 more runs for the Nats. They lead 2, they've left 5. 5-0 into the 6th. But Woodstein, legendary performance. How about Mike Schmidt and Richie Ashburn, two great Phillies, going into the Baseball Hall of Fame on the same day in '95. Harry Callis on the call for Schmitty.
Swing a long drive. There it is. Number 500. The career 500th home run for Michael Jack Schmidt. And the Phillies have regained the lead at Pittsburgh 8-6. And the Phillies dugout comes swarming out to home plate.
Ironic that Michael Jack would hit that in western Pennsylvania over at Three Rivers Stadium, the then home of the Pirates. Top of the sixth inning, here's Placido Polanco. Not sure there was ever a better combination of glove and power at third base than Mike Schmidt. Polanco, fly ball to right, ground ball to Dunn. Phillies box score, other than Raul Ibanez with two singles, a Werth infield hit, that's been it. Phillies have won 8 in a row. It started at the end of a pretty rough road trip when they managed to salvage a 4-game series, the final game at St. Louis. They came home, swept Colorado 4, Arizona 3. Not to take anything away from the Phillies' winning streak, but they did do it against a couple of struggling ball clubs from the West at home. Now they're back on the road where nobody in the league seems to do very well this year. Polanco offered no swing again, says Kerwin Danley. The Phillies on the road 22-28. The Atlanta Braves are 24-30.
Looks like he held up there.
That was a good call.
Well, hopefully the Phillies aren't looking past the Nationals right now. They have the Florida Marlins coming up after the Nationals starting on Tuesday.
Stanton strikes out Polanco with a pitch down low, his 5th strikeout. And here's a key number for you. 0 for 6. Rollins and Polanco combined tonight.
UPS store on the pitch track, and the bottom just drops out of this pitch. Great sinker, great movement. There you see it. And there you don't.
Here's Raul Ibanez. Let's see if Craig can figure a way to get this guy out. He's leveled off for 2 singles up the middle so far. Breaking ball inside. They've had some fireworks up in New York. Mets got 2 in the 3rd after the Diamondbacks scored, so they're now top 4. New York 5, Arizona 4. Braves just tied the game in the 5th inning at Cincinnati. Brian McCann's 14th homer of the year. 2-run shot, and it's 3-3 Braves Reds. They were struggling on that road trip, and then they go 7-0 against Colorado and Arizona. Had a couple of walk-off wins there, scoring 6 runs a game, and the pitching staff, which is the 6th rated staff in the league, had a good homestand. Led by Roy Halladay. And the offense, you know who leads that.
And they score an awful lot of runs. We talked about their 3rd in offense, 481 runs this year, 107 home runs, and a under 4 ERA at 3.94 coming into tonight. And they play solid defense too.
They always do. They're a little better when Utley's healthy, of course, because that puts Polanco at 3rd.
Well, and Utley's such a cerebral player. Great defender, just excellent hitter, base runner, etc.
Stammen jams Ibanez, gets a fly ball to right for Roger Bernardino. 2 outs here in the sixth, and now, as Rob says, the way you like to face Ryan Howard, bases empty. Great crowd here tonight. Probably in the 35,000 vicinity. Right back here tomorrow night. Joe Blanton for the Phillies. Ross Detweiler, his second start since returning to the ball club. Byron Kerr, Ray Knight, Nats Extra. 6:30. First pitch, 7:05. And at 7:06, Rob Dibble's scouting report on Ross Detweiler.
Thank you, Robert.
Well, you got to promo the big stuff on this show.
Is that the big part of the show? Yeah. The scouting report. It's actually the most frustrating time of day for me.
Trying to predict what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Howard reaching out. That's Zimmerman from a shortstop position. And look at Craig Stammen. 6 shutout innings on 3 singles against one of the best offenses in the National League. Ryan Zimmerman played some shortstop at UVA. No problem right there. Second after Desmond and before Morgan in the bottom of the 6th. Single game suite tickets on sale for tomorrow night and Sunday. They start at $95 per seat, 2-seat minimum per purchase. You can go by the box office. You can call 888-632-NATS or go to the website, nationals.com/suites. Get them while they last. The Nationals make those available when they are expecting big crowds. And there will be a big crowd here tomorrow night for Nyjer Morgan bobblehead night. First 15,000 fans receive the baubles. Crowd around 35,000 or so tonight. Desmond got jammed and popped it up to the right side for Dominic Brown. Here comes Craig Stammen, who has a base hit. His teammates have 6 others, including Adam Kennedy with a couple. Nyjer Morgan with a triple and a walk hit by a pitch. And a big single by Adam Dunn. Willingham, a big blow in the 5th. That 2-run double right down the third base line. Craig Stammen 1 for 2. And he takes the breaking ball well outside.
As much trouble it seems like he's been in all night. He's only up to 81 pitches, which is why Charlie Manuel isn't lifting him.
Uh-oh. We have a bat throw over by the third base camera well.
That's throwing your hands. Let's take a look at this right here, being fooled on a breaking ball and throwing the hands in the bat. It's up over in the camera well.
What I would like to do with my driver every once in a while. Right down the middle, Stammen's gone. Top two guys on base tonight, Rob, 5 out of 6 times.
Nigel Morgan's had a tremendous night. Starts off the ball game with a triple. Adam Kennedy has been stroking the ball very well. He drives him in with that infield out. Then he's going to lay one down. Ruiz going to bring it up. Oh, there's nobody home. He throws it down left field line. So our 1 and 2 guys are generating a lot of offense.
Nigel Morgan, triple, hit by a pitch, walk. Might have scored 3 runs tonight, but he was picked off by Oswalt. And he'll hit this one out to center for Jayson Werth. This ball game through the middle innings now. On to the 7th. Werth, Brown, and Dobbs ahead for the Phils. Down 5. Masson, brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gray. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gray. Price and advice guaranteed. Capitol Dome all lit up on a beautiful Friday night. It's almost August. It will be Sunday. The Nats lead the Phillies 5-0. Dogs on the grill. Drinks are cold, and the starting pitchers throwing well. 78 pitches, 49 strikes. Just the 1 walk to Dobbs, leading off the 5th. He's retired 6 in a row since, and Jayson Werth, who hit a ball off of Stammen's leg last time, leads off. By the way, the last time the Nats faced Roy Oswalt, they not only won that game when he was ejected. When they won that ball game, the Nationals were 26-26. That was the last time they saw 500 this season. And you might remember, Rob, when the Nats went to Houston, there was talk of Roy Oswalt becoming a National at that time. Houston was already evidently shopping him, all kinds of rumors. And the Nats were reportedly one of the ball clubs seeking him. 2 months later, he's a Philly. Interesting ERA by innings for a pitcher. Craig's had a lot of early inning problems this year, a lot of first inning runs. Pretty good breaking ball just off the plate on 0-2. Dominic Brown, then Greg Dobbs.
Well, not to say anything about those stats, but only 3 times out of those 17 first starts has he gone 7+ innings.
leaving the ballpark. Pudge Rodriguez had an inside target, and Stammen didn't get it in there far enough. And the Phillies are on the board with Jayson Werth's 15th home run. And the Philly fans, who've been pretty bored for an hour and a half, have something to cheer about.
Now, he can lose the ball as quick as anybody in the big leagues, and that ball sails up and in instead of down and in. You can't leave it up there to this guy. He's got quick hands, nothing but home run power, and bye-bye.
A no-doubter. RBI number 55 for Werth. Stammen gives up his 10th homer of the year in 100 innings.
Well, it's been a tough year for Jayson, too. It doesn't help that rumors have flown all year because he didn't get an extension on the contract that he may be moved. Has gotten into it with Charlie Manuel this season. Well, Craig's got to put that behind him now. He's got a 4-run lead to protect. Just because one guy hits a home run off you can't let the wheels fall off here.
Sean Burnett, Tyler Clippard. There's another line drive. Well, Rob Dibble no sooner had expressed some skepticism about Stammen, pointing out the facts on the year that he seldom goes 7 innings, and boom, 2 hard hit balls here in the top of the 7th.
Well, and both times he left pitches up in the zone. That time behind in the count 2-0. He had struck out Brown the first 2 times he faced him.
Here comes Steve McCaddy. Philly fans making some noise. Chad Durbin, because if they go 3 more hitters in this inning, they'll have to hit for Roy Oswalt. And McCaddy's probably saying this situation is nothing that a good sinker and a ground ball will not take care of.
Exactly. You could get 2 outs with 1 pitch right here. That's what he's telling them. You still have a 4-run lead. You can't have the mound presence like you're down 4 runs. So your approach right here should be standing out there saying, listen, you got to come through me to get the lead. Start attacking the strike zone again. Facing the bottom of the order here. As you said, Bob, 7-8 and then a pinch hitter if you get that far.
So he's at the bottom of the order. Dobbs 0 for 1. Fly ball to center and a walk. Not that many first pitch strikes for Stammen. He went through the order twice and then 4 more hitters. So that's 22 hitters coming into this inning. And he threw first pitch strikes to only half of them. A runner goes. And a ball lifted to right. Bernardino going back, short of the track. Having to retreat will be Dominic Brown, and that's a big out for Craig Stammen.
A better hitter might have put that ball out of the ballpark, but Dobbs, we talked about before, pinch hitter, a couple of home runs. He's still a pinch hitter, and there's a reason for that. He's not an everyday player. This pitch is going to be up in the zone right here. Kinetic on the pitch track, and Dobbs thinks he gets it.
Yeah.
He takes a big whale and bail swing on that ball, and that's enough for Jim Riggleman to see.
Yeah. That ball just had enough tail at the end of it to get out toward the bottom of his bat. So Stammen will go 6 1/3. He'll give up only 5 hits on the night. One of them the home run by Werth in this inning. And the Nationals fans, who are in the majority in this town, will cheer him into the dugout. It's still 5-1 Washington.
Hartford Nats Park. Craig Stammen 6 1/3. Strong innings early in the ball game. He was having his way. Dominic Brown, fastball in, bye-bye. There's a good sinker to Ruiz. Strikes him out. Another good fastball on the inner half to Ryan Howard. Another strikeout of the young Brown again. And then he's going to get Ruiz to strike out on another good sinker. So Craig Stammen looks like he ran out of a little bit of gas, but still in line for the win. And you see the 5 hits and a run. He's still in line for, well, he's still got one guy on base that he's responsible for, Bob. And now it's up to Tyler Clippard to shut it down.
Against Carlos Ruiz. Phillies are not showing an on-deck hitter until this very moment. Might be a decoy, Roy Oswalt there. I'm kind of thinking Carlos Ruiz might have to hit the ball out of the park for Roy Oswalt to bat here. And Clippard whips the fastball by Ruiz. Phillies have a couple of left-handed batters, but one of them's the backup catcher, Brian Schneider, and the other is Ross Glode, who they picked up from Florida, who has 3 pinch hit homers this year. One of the better pinch batters in the league.
And a 4-run lead. You shouldn't be worried about the guy on first.
Dominic Brown was running, by the way, on the pitch where Dobbs flied out to Bernardina.
Let's get the 8-hole hitter here.
Little tapper. Zimmerman forward to get one. Does his job in Gold Glove fashion. 2 outs. And, of course, Roy Oswalt will be called back.
Well, this is as good a play as you can make at the big league level. Zim back a little bit, comes firing in. Ruiz hustling down there. Let's get it on H.H. Gregg, show you a little bit more here. He's going to get himself into position on the run. Just grab the ball. He knows he doesn't have time to look for a seam. Just fire it over there. Watch the follow through. And it's chest high for Adam Dunn for the 2nd out.
Right-handed batter Ben Francisco for the Phillies. Charlie Manuel's going to save Ross Glode for a situation later in the game when he could possibly tie the game. Francisco as a pinch hitter, 7 for 24, 4 RBIs. Chad Durbin's been up for a while, and he's ready to pitch the bottom of the 7th. So Roy Oswalt not treated that well by the Nats in his Phillies debut. He gives up 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits in 6 innings. Walked a couple, struck out 4, hit 2 batters, threw 1 double play ball. And Clippard's got a good heater going tonight. Has him 0-2. Fastball up for the strikeout. Tyler Clippard comes in, overpowering 2 Philadelphia hitters. The Phil's going to run on the Jayson Werth homer. Big crowd stretching. 5-1 Nationals. seventh inning, 5-1 at the seventh inning stretch. We're back with you tomorrow night, 7:05. It'll be Joe Blanton, 4-6 for the Phillies. Left-hander Ross Detweiler goes for the Nats. Blanton, 6.51 career ERA against the Washington Ball Club. And Detweiler making his 16th career start, coming off his return to the big leagues in Milwaukee last weekend. 6:30 p.m. Nats Extra, Byron Kerr and Ray Knight to join you. And then a couple of guys named Carpenter and Dibble will join you at 7 o'clock. And so far, so good for the Nats tonight. After 6.5, they're on top 5-1. Your assessment of what Craig Stammen did here tonight?
Oh, I think he did a fantastic job. You know, a lot of emotions in that clubhouse. A couple of your teammates just got traded. Has come out here, and a team that's won 8 straight ball games absolutely shut them down through 6 innings. Ran into a little bit of trouble here in the 7th inning, but that's what Tyler Clippard's job is. Come in, bail your starter out, get the team off the field now. You're holding a 4-run lead. Moving forward, you need 6 more outs. So the guys that are still on this ball club, remember, you're trying to make a name for yourself in the next 60 games. And Craig Stammen, that was a nice start for him to leave a nice impression in his manager and pitching coach's mind.
Kennedy, Zimmerman, and Dunn against 32-year-old Chad Durbin here in the 7th. Durbin's 37th appearance. 2 wins, a 3 ERA. Adams had a good night. RBI ground ball, bunt base hit, stolen base, a double, and a run scored. His batting average climbing up to near 260. And another Kennedy base hit. Well, he's seeing lots of live pitching, Rob. And over the last week or so, Adam Kennedy is really swinging the bat well.
Like you said earlier, Bob, with Christian Guzman being traded, Adam Kennedy will be seeing more playing time. Jim Riggleman said about a week ago he blamed himself for a lot of the season that Adam Kennedy has had, but it's difficult. You can't please everybody. You know, Christian Guzman hovered around 300 most of the year, so you're constantly keeping him in the lineup. But now a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Adam Kennedy's making the most of it.
And when the season started, Kennedy was supposed to be the starting second baseman with the Desmond at short, and Guzman basically the third guy to fill in at both spots. But then Jim said he wanted each one of them to get 400 at bats, and that's when some of the confusion began. And then it was hard for him to take Guzman out of the lineup. Hindsight's 20/20, but Adam Kennedy looking really good right now with Dunn on deck and Zimmerman in the batter's box, bottom 7. Busy day for Mike Rizzo and his staff. Wilson Ramos, the number 2 Minnesota prospect. Left-hander Joe Testa coming from the Twins for Matt Capps. The Nats also paid Minnesota $500,000. The Nats then got 2 Double-A pitchers. Tatusko, 25 years old. Rourke, 23 from Texas for Christian Guzman. That deal will be made official tomorrow. Guzman, as a 10-5 man, 10 years in the big leagues and 5 with one franchise, did agree with his agent with making that deal today. And Guzman back to the American League now, where he started with Minnesota and the Yankees. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 2 with a sac fly. He's driven in his 53rd run of the year tonight. Braves just scored a run in the top of the 6th. They lead at Cincinnati 4-3. No change in the Arizona game at the Mets. New York 5, Arizona 4. They're now in the middle of the 6th inning. Zimmerman hammers one to center. He got a pitch up from Chad Durbin, and the Nats have 2 on, nobody out, and a good matchup coming up. Right-handed Durbin against left-handed and powerful Adam Dunn.
Well, Durbin's going to serve one up right here. It looks like a knuckleball, forkball, whatever that was. It just didn't do what it was supposed to do, and Zim just smokes this into center field. Take that with you.
Adam Dunn, base hit, strikeout, hit by a pitch, and a run scored tonight. Nationals against the Phillies have pounded out 9 hits. And the only ball not pounded, of course, Adam Kennedy's bunt back in the third. They have really swung the bats well tonight. Trading deadline, by the way, is 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If everything Mike Rizzo has told us is accurate, and that's the kind of guy he is, the Nats will have to be fairly overwhelmed by someone to trade this guy. Little pop-up, short right center, and it is caught over the shoulder by Polanco. Good base running by Kennedy and Zimmerman to both stay home. On a play like that, you'll often see somebody doubled off a bag.
Well, 2 scouts told me today that Dominic Brown does not make the greatest outfield decisions. Here he goes back on a ball, and Polanco has to go way out to make that catch, and then quickly throws it in. Where is Dominic Brown? He's nowhere in the play. That ball should be caught by the right fielder, not a second baseman running towards right field.
He was probably playing deep enough to begin with on Dunn. Got fooled by that big swing. So here's Willingham. And last time up in a situation like this, Josh lined one inside the bag at third. It scored 2.
Well, that just shows you how good Polanco is. He's not playing the position he started the year at third base, still playing great second base.
Most of his early career before coming to Philadelphia was as a middle infielder.
Won some Gold Gloves over there.
Yeah. He's even played first base. He's a lot like Alberto Gonzalez. I've often said Alberto reminds me of a young Polanco. If he has that kind of career, he'll make a lot of money. 3-0.
Now, if Alberto Gonzalez continues to catch the ball the way he does, he'll stay in the major leagues for an awful long time. Guys that have a glove like that often stick for an awful long time in the major league. Kind of like Cairo.
Miguel Cairo, yeah.
Miguel Cairo. I mean, if you could play a variety of infield positions, there's Alberto.
Polanco, by the way, signed for 3 years, $18 million. Hard sinking fastball, and the hammer was ripping on 3-0.
Good glove men. They call them guys with soft hands. I call them my good buddies. These guys can get you out of a lot of jams.
They probably called you the guy who bought them dinner. 3-2 now. Let's have a look at our fourth drive of the game by Josh. That double. He took third on the throw back in the 5th.
Well, Oswalt was trying to go away. Pitch stayed in. Even the best mislocation, and that cost him a couple of ribbies. Driven in by the hammer, Josh Willingham from Alabama.
Runners going. Swing and a miss. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Or was it ball 4? And no swing.
Yeah.
We're so used to seeing guys get punched out on those. That's a walk, and the bases are loaded.
Luis cannot believe it.
I'm surprised Charlie Manuel's not out of the dugout for this one.
One of the best on-base percentage guys in the major leagues right there. He holds up. Does what he does. He takes off the batting gloves and takes off that little pad on the shin, and
here's Bernardino with the bases loaded. By the way, that for Willingham ties his walk total from all of last year, number 61. So the Nationals now a chance to really put a stamp on this game. Bottom of the 7th, they lead by 4. And the bases loaded, 1 out for Roger Bernardino, who's doubled and walked.
Well, the body 2 for 5 in bases loaded situations with 5 RBI. Kyle, is that this year? Okay, that's this season.
bouncer smothered by Ruiz. Kennedy, Zimmerman, and Willingham aboard here in the 7th. Nasty 1-2 pitch just off the plate. Kennedy singled, Zimmerman singled. After Dunn popped up, Willingham walked. Bernardina, right field corner. It's a fair ball. Kennedy scores. Zimmerman scores. Willingham to third. The Nationals lead 7-1.
That away, Roger. For 6 now this season with the bases loaded. That's a bad sinking fastball right here. Spins back across the plate. Bernardina just all over it. The Exmo showing the action as he's all over the plate. So he plates 2 with that double. So now 3 for 6 with 7 ribbies on the season in bases loaded situations.
And despite the fact that Pudge Rodriguez is 3 for 41, they will walk him and take their chances with Ian Desmond.
Well,
this surprises me.
No, it doesn't surprise me. You're going for the force play here. You're down 6 runs. You want to try and get maybe a ground ball back to the pitcher, ground ball to somebody in the infield, and throw to home and go to first and try to get a double play. So you try to get the force at any base.
Desmond is 0 for 3 tonight, but he's swinging the bat much better than Pudge Rodriguez. So here's a rookie with a bases loaded opportunity. Desmond lined hard into the glove of Oswalt first time up. Bounced to third. Dobbs booted it second time up. And he flied to right in the 6th. Still only 1 out here. And the Nationals lead by 6. Desmond lifting 1 to left center. It'll play for Werth. Willingham is the runner tagging. Everybody else stays home. 8-1 Washington.
Well, and that's going to bring Tyler Clippard to the plate.
Let's check him out as a hitter this year. He's batting 1,000.
Yes, he is.
He's 1 for 1, Rob. In his career, he's 3 for 11.
Well, swing hard. You might make contact. Oh, boy.
Good hack. 0-2. Nationals, by the way, when Bernardino lined that ball into the corner, into double-digit hits. They've out-hit the Phils 10-5. Nothing unusual that Niger Morgan got on base a couple of times early in this game, and the offense has responded. 3 runs here in the 7th. Roger Bernardino doing great with the bases loaded. To the dugout, he says, thank you, thank you. 8-1 after a 3-run 7th inning. Some defensive changes to show you in a moment. We'd like to invite you to visit the official online shop of the Nationals, Nationals.com. Largest selection of official gear, latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the Nationals.com shop. Accept no substitutes. Unless his name is Alberto Gonzalez to come in and play second base. That'll move Adam Kennedy over. Adam Dunn is out of the ball game, so Gonzalez will bat fourth. And the Nats shore up the right side of that D here with the Phillies having the top of the order due up in the 8th. Jimmy Rollins 0 for 3. Pop up, 2 grounders. Tyler Clippard grounded out Ruiz, struck out Francisco to end the 7th.
Well, Bob, Kyle Deckelbaum says that we're 37-3 when leading after 7, and Philly is 3-36 when behind after 7.
Good changeup, had him reaching. Kennedy does it. Jimmy Rollins is 0 for 4. Well, Matt Capps had a lot to do with that. Drew Storen helped out, Clippard at times. Now the roles have changed. I think Jim Riggleman would love to have some one-sided wins here so he doesn't have to really worry about the closer thing right now. Adam Dunn had a good night. Adam, a base hit by a pitch, scored a run. Caught a throw from right field to retire a pitcher on a would-be base hit back in the 3rd.
I think it was Jorge Cantu last night that was removed in the 8th inning and was traded. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Now, if the guy has been traded and is removed for the game, would he still be in the dugout?
He may. He's some long goodbyes to his teammates.
You're making me nervous, Rob. Polanco 0 for 3. Doug Slayton joins Joel Peralta, who's really throwing well. Clippard goes 3-0 on Polanco with Ibanez coming up. 90 on the Heat. Good crowd here tonight. Just under what we thought it might be. 2-hopper, Ian Desmond. Rifles it to Kennedy, 2 outs. 32,590 paid tonight. Crowd probably bigger tomorrow night with bobblehead night coming. Niger Morgan bobblehead. And then Sunday, the family fun pack day. Then it's on to Arizona for 4, LA for 3. Base is empty, 2 outs, and here's Raul Ibanez. Arizona just dropped a 5 spot on the Mets in the top of the 6th inning. Kelly Johnson, the former Brave, and Miguel Montero both homering. It's 9-5 Arizona at New York. Braves continue to lead 4-3 at Cincinnati. Atlanta batting top 7. Ibanez 2 for 3 tonight. Target away. Marlins are throwing Chris Volstad at San Diego later. Changeup, 3-1. You have to challenge Ibanez here. Nats are up by 7. Make him earn his way on, hitting in front of that big man. By the way, Ibanez, the only one of the top 4 hitters that has a hit tonight, and that's Clippard. Maybe going with the fastball a little late on Ibanez and walking him with 2 outs. That'll be the first base runner he's allowed of the 5 he's faced. Ryan Howard is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 grounders on the infield and a called third strike, which might have been Craig Stammen's best pitch of the night. A 2-strike fastball under his hands for the second out in the 4th. Good fastball. Target up and in. Usually when you see a target that high, it's a fastball. Clippard threw a changeup up there. Really pulled the string beautifully there. Wonder if Pudge Rodriguez is thinking about that fastball, Rob, they threw to Ryan Howard back in the 4th inning now after this off speed.
Well, there you see the grip, the circle change on that changeup. Jim Riggleman stretching him out. I remember earlier in the season when Tyler did some really good work in 2 to 3 innings.
There's a fastball. How is that not strike 3?
He's been a little erratic.
Wow.
So he's not getting the calls, but this is a nice pitch.
Dana Demuth.
1-2, 93 on the black. Like it had just a little bit of late break out of the pitch track. I'd like that if I'm on the mound.
2-2 now. He'll go upstairs and get the strikeout. Tyler Clippard fans Ryan Howard, who's 0 for 4 tonight. And the 4 hitters in the Phillies lineup atop, 2 for 12. And for Washington, top of the order, the Potomac Nationals return home for a 7-game homestand at Fitzner Stadium. That'll be on August 9th. The Peanuts will have fireworks after the games on the 14th and the 21st, Saturdays. Visit PotomacNationals.com or call 703-590-2311. Potomac Nationals, come join the party. Right-hander David Herndon takes over. So Chad Durbin went 1 inning, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits. Nyjer Morgan on base 3 times tonight, 2 runs. Officially, he's 1 for 2. David Herndon is a rookie, 24 years of age, Rule 5 draftee by the Phillies out of the Angels organization last December. Breaking ball, Nyjer slaps it down to Ryan Howard. Barrel of the bat stops 10 feet before the bag, and Nyjer will pick it up and take it to the trash bin himself. By the way, let me correct one mathematical thing that I absolutely blew going into the break. The top 4 hitters for the Phillies tonight are 2 for 15. Ibanez, 2 hits and a walk. Rollins, Polanco, and Howard all hitless. Amazing job by the Nats pitchers tonight towards the top of the Philadelphia order, which usually gives the Nationals fits. Many young students who can't do math end up in the broadcasting department. Colin Ballister appears to be ready for a 9th inning of work. Good inning and 2/3 by Tyler Clippard.
Well, and that's a nice spot for Ballister. He's got a live fastball. He's an aggressive pitcher. A nice, comfortable 7-run lead. You can let him go out there.
Ryan Zimmerman next. Look at Adam Kennedy. He's suddenly becoming a base hit machine. 4 for 5 tonight. He has bunted down the third baseline, doubled to left center, singled up the middle, and singled to left. And we all know that Adam, for many years, has had a reputation as a very good opposite field shooter. Have to do a little math and see what he's hitting now.
Well, Rick Eckstein's told me many times that he can gauge how he's hitting by being in there a lot, and it helps him to get a lot of reps. He's more of a feel hitter, and right there, that's just throwing the bat down at the ball and making some contact.
Zimmerman gets jammed and pops it up over to Ryan Howard. Adam Kennedy started the night hitting .252. He stands at first base now, a .265 hitter. And Alberto Gonzalez will get an AB here after replacing Adam Dunn for defense in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball in there, high in the zone. And Alberto will hit one out to center for Jayson Werth. Now the Phillies are down to their final 3 outs. Werth, Brown, and Dobbs, top of the 9th. Nats lead by 7. 8-1, 3 outs to get to tie the Phillies 2-2 in this ballpark this year and make the season series 4-3 Phils. Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight next with Nats Extra postgame presented by Verizon Fios. A very good hitting approach by the Nats against Roy Oswalt. I'm sure Ray will enjoy dissecting some of that. Craig Stammen had a very good night. Live comments from the manager as the Nats have a chance to win their 45th game of the year. Colin Ballister will take over, getting an inning of work. And this will be the first time we've seen Colin on this homestand. Came to the big leagues for one day last weekend, and now he's still here. J.D. Martin went on the DL. Steven Strasburg went on the DL. Matt Capps has been traded. He'll face Jayson Werth, Dominic Brown, and Greg Dobbs here in the ninth.
You'll love this one, Bob. John Heyman of SI reports that the Yankees are on the verge of acquiring one Austin Kearns.
Wow. So they went from Berkman to Kearns, huh? We were hearing Lance Berkman today.
I thought you said he already got traded. Or was that a rumor you started?
I never start rumors. Ballister with a good high fastball.
Well, and that's sad for the Astro fans, too, if you trade two of your favorite and most beloved players in Oswalt and Berkman.
Yeah, I mean, that's the passing of an era down there.
Yes, it is.
What's next, the locomotive?
I don't know if Milo Hamilton's safe.
He is.
He is?
Yeah, he's safe. Swing and a miss. Ballister right by Werth. And the Nationals pitchers have now struck out 8 Phillies tonight.
Well, this guy can bring it. This is 95 cheese right by a guy who just went deep. Try and hit that, baby. So Ballister comes in, pumping some heat in there with a 7-run lead. You don't really have to mess around right here.
Dominic Brown fouls one off his leg. Nationals trying to win their 28th game of the year at home. This is an interesting number. A couple of numbers for you if this result holds up. If the Nationals win tonight, they're 19-18 against the East. The Phillies would be 15-18. And on a jam shot, Brown fouls it off to the left. No balls, 2 strikes. Final look at that Atlanta-Cincinnati game. Reds batting bottom 7 at home, trailing 4-3. And the Mets are batting bottom 6 at Citi Field, trailing 9-5 to the Diamondbacks, who just scored 5 in the top of that inning. And the 0-2 hit solidly, base hit for Dominic Brown. And as a major league hitter now, he's 4 for 8. So if the Phillies drop this one, they'll be 3 back of the Braves, but Atlanta's trailing. Pardon me, ahead by a run, Atlanta. So it could be 3.5 at the end of the night. Marlins at San Diego later. They're sitting right on the 500 mark. And the Mets getting hammered. So here's Greg Dobbs, 0 for 2 with a walk.
And just like we said with Stammen or Tyler Clippard or Ballister, now you're facing the bottom of the order. This is going to get the bullpen going. That hit to Brown. Still have a 7-run lead. Even a home run only makes it a 5-run lead.
That ball's not going anywhere except right to Josh Willingham. And he has it for the second out. Nationals 1 out away from beating the Phillies for the second time in 4 tries in this ballpark. Phillies came in here and just stomped on the Nats on opening day, scoring 11. And Ballister goes right to work.
96.
With a strike on Carlos Ruiz. Crowd of nearly 33,000 tonight enjoying what's happening. And Ballister delivers a fastball up and in. Breaking ball hit to short. Desmond gobbles it up. The long throw. The tag. The game is over. Nationals in nearly routine fashion beating the second place Phillies 8-1. Good pitching, solid defense, and really good offense tonight. Nationals win it big. More from the ballpark coming up in a moment. Ballister puts the lid on this one.